Hi, Nafisa. Nice to see you.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Do you have a few minutes for some questions?
I do. Let's chitty chat.
What's your current role at Flip?
I'm an account director on the retail team.
How long have you been at Flip?
Ooh, just under 9 years.
And what does a great day at work look like for you?
A great day at work is a really balanced day. So that probably means I get in some client meetings, I get some brainstorming with my team, definitely some room for deep work. And then I'd say some laughs somewhere mixed in is always really important too.
What's the best thing about your role?
I'd say I really like that my role expands my thinking. So I am working with a lot of different people cross-functionally, and they are laser focused on the problem. We have a lot of different perspectives coming into the room. And then the bonus and icing on the cake is there's always laughs along the way because everyone, maintains it in good spirits.
What's your secret to building stronger retailer relationships?
The same as any relationship, I'd say it's authenticity. So if you show up as yourself, you're gonna have real conversations. It'll build space for trust. You'll have real collaboration. And that's when the relationship goes from transactional to really meaningful. How about we actually take a walk and, grab a seat?
Sounds good. What's a hobby or interest outside of work that inspires you?
So I'm actually a yoga, Pilates, and meditation teacher. I've done some training in all of those. Really passionate about how we get to move as a community and about building that stronger sense of mind-body connection.
What's the last thing you searched on ChatGPT?
Oh, this is an embarrassing one. We had headshots taken recently and mine looked a little funny because of my arm. So I asked ChatGPT to remove the arm. Safe to say, it didn't go well.
What's one skill you developed that you never expected to use in your role?
I'd say a sense of bullish optimism. I know that's not a typical skill, but when you want to be a strong sales leader, there's this element of having to believe in the bigger picture, even if you can't see it yet. So I'm more of a logical thinker. I like to evaluate what's out in front of me, but part of, being a great sales leader is having that faith and that trust and that grit to keep going, even when you don't for sure know where things are going to land out.
What's your most used Slack emoji?
Ooh, it's that side sweat. That side sweat gets me every time.
If your past self could see you now, what would they be most surprised about?
My past self would be surprised that I live in Toronto. Past career choices would have likely had me living in other parts of the world.
Which company excursion / offsite has been your favorite in your time working at Flip?
Oh, we've had a lot of fun ones, but I'd say my most memorable is probably the first one. We went to Ottawa, we whitewater rafted, and I realized how key good karaoke skills are to the Flip DNA.
What is your go-to snack when you come to the office?
I'm a sucker for the hummus.
How does being other-centered show up in your daily work?
I'm super passionate about scaling for impact or impacting for scale. And so when I think about my team, any project that we create, it's really evaluating if there's a way to scale it. Could it help another sales team? Could it help our organization or cross-functional teams at large?
What's the most important skill for managing a remote team or working in a remote environment?
Over communication. I can't look over and see what anyone's doing, so there's a lot of inherent trust that's built in. And alongside that trust, it's just an FYI or visibility into what you're working on, what are your blockers this week, what are your priorities. If we keep that communication going, then it really enables and ensures we get autonomy over our day.
What's your most recent product search on the Flip app?
Beef ribs. I buy them, my husband barbecues them.
How do you celebrate wins, big or small?
I am, a full out, just get the fist pump, get the body moving, jumping, and then likely some very emoji heavy, GIF heavy messages on Slack too.
If you had to pitch Flip in one sentence, what would you say?
We are a digital merchandising platform that builds and creates content to help shoppers decide where they're going to shop and save money. Similarly, we help retailers and brands get their message and audience out there in front of the right audience so that they convert, making us a high ROI marketing channel.
Remote work can sometimes be challenging. How do you hold yourself accountable while working from home?
I'd say the accountability isn't just for remote work, but I love putting everything in my calendar. So now all my tasks live in my calendar too. And that makes it a lot easier for me to time block and just be aware of everything that I'm trying to get through the day. Is it realistic? Is it not? That helps me see it through.
How has your career evolved since you've joined Flip?
So I've actually been on a few different teams in my time at Flip. I actually started on the operations side of the business. I was processing and digitizing the weekly flyers. And then I switched to content strategy, and I was part of the team that helped really create Flip's in-house production workflows. And then I've been with sales for the last 4 years. I think I've, found a bit of that forever home. And so I've really been building on the sales side. All of the roles have been external facing, but I'd say right now a lot more of my day-to-day is working directly with our partners and just making sure I'm that voice of the customer internally as well.
Great. Let's play a little this or that. Coffee or tea?
Oh, tea.
Pitch decks or one-pagers?
Pitch deck.
Handwritten notes or typing up meeting notes?
Typed.
Forecasts based on historical data or market trends?
Historical data.
Android or Apple?
Android all the way, baby.
Sales preference, hunting or farming?
I'm a farmer.
Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
A work playlist or work in silence?
Playlist.
Virtual or in-person meetings?
In person.
Tidy desktop or organized chaos?
Organization is our best friend, so tidy desk.
Dogs or cats?
Doggo.
One big win or many small wins?
Multiple small wins.
Slack or email?
Slack.
Brainstorm sessions or heads down solo time?
Brainstorm.
Reading the news or listening to podcasts?
Podcast.
Are you or your team working on any long-term big goals you could share with us?
Yeah, so like I said, a lot of our job is external facing, and we're always going to have external goals. But as our team grows more and more, the structures and processes that we have internally are so critical to our success. So for the last 6 months to a year, I've been working on a project that really helps define and create a baseline of what best-in-class service looks like at Flip.
What's one thing you always keep on your desk?
A water bottle. I'm trying to stay hydrated in 2025.
What's one piece of advice that's helped you thrive at Flip?
I'd say the piece of advice that's been really helpful is to not singularly focus on driving clarity, as it takes away some of that space for curiosity. So, at Flip, we tend to be really fast-paced moving, so we're more solutions-oriented. But I've realized and I've learned through that feedback that if we leave things open-ended, it allows my team more room to think, to question, to explore. And ultimately that creates more buy-in and more creativity to what we bring forward.
What's your coffee order, or maybe in your case, tea?
I love both. So for coffee, because that's my go-to coffee shop thing, I'd say a latte, whole milk, bring it on, baby.
What is the most impactful feedback you've received recently?
I'd say to delegate at a distance. So there's a lot of different ways to be able to lead and do things, but if you can empower folks and excite them to do the tasks at hand, that's when you're going to create a lot more of a motivated workforce.
What's your go-to way to break down a complex idea for someone new?
Big believer in ELI 5, or explain it like I'm 5. So really focusing on keeping it simple, direct, using visuals when possible. In that instance, I'd start from the ground up, build up an idea, usually number things off, ask them to repeat it back or summarize at the end.
If you had to pitch your job to an alien, how would you explain it?
Beep boop, beep boop. No, if I had to pitch it to an alien, I would tell the alien that someone's attention is a very valuable currency here on Earth. And if you can grab that attention, then you have the power of influence. So when I think about my specific job, really what my goal is to work with businesses to create strategies so they can grab the attention of the right customers and keep it so that we can help them convert and ultimately see that purchase through.
What's your go-to productivity hack?
I'd say time blocking, like I'd mentioned, and then also getting a walking break somewhere in the day.
Shout out someone on your team who always has your back.
Oh, you're trying to get me in trouble. I love everybody equally, but truly, it's been so awesome working with my pod this year. So shout out to Ryan, Kiara, Kinsey, and then of course the whole retail core and BD team, or even XBT. Hell, shout out to all of Flip. We all do it together. So I'm not going to get myself in trouble with this question.
How do you stay innovative in your role?
I'd say there's two things that I really think about with innovation. The first is a mentality thing. Innovation's work. So you really have to believe that all of that extra work up front is worth it in the long run. The second thing I'd say is innovation is a team sport. When you get people that think differently all in the same room, you can really have added perspective. So I make it a point to have recurring meetings and ideation sessions with my cross-functional peers, get all those ideas moving so we can build and create together.
If Flip had a mascot, what would it be?
A honey badger. It's small, but it's mighty, and it does not back down from a fight.
What's your go-to prep before a big partner call or presentation?
I'm all about the belief that a failure to prep is a reason to fail. So with that in mind, there's definitely dry runs, there's some deck reviews with the team, etc. But closer to the meeting, I'm deep breathing, I'm getting some space from it so that I can show up relaxed and authentic.
What's the coolest win you've shared with your team recently?
So we're in an interesting era where a lot of print routes are being cut and so forth, and retailers and brands are just figuring out how to keep reaching their shoppers. And I've been able to work with a partner through some multi-month testing when they did lose certain print routes to bring them fully digital. And in bringing them fully digital, not only did they increase their overall readership, but also maintain their store sales. So that was a really exciting win for us, for sure.
Do you have a go-to playlist or podcast for deep focus days?
If it's specifically deep focus, I'm all about the binaural beats. But if I'm looking for a pump up, it's likely some Afro house or Indo house that you're hearing on Spotify.
Nice. What's your favorite way to take a mental break at work?
A walk, getting that space from your desk, getting your body moving, lymphatic, everything is flowing, I think just creates space to come back energized and focused.
What's the best virtual team activity you've participated in?
Oh, we've done a lot. We've done a scavenger hunt. We've done a cooking class. I think one of my favorites was probably early days, would be that scavenger hunt that we had to all figure out together.
Last but not least, if Flip gave you a surprise day off, how would you spend it?
If that surprise day off comes with a jet, I will be flying to Mexico City.
Love that. Thanks so much for your time today, Nafisa.
Thanks for having me. I'm going to get back to work, but see ya.
See ya.